show me that it's live. Dun-dun-dun. All right. All right. All right, we have 3 likes on the stream. If you haven't dropped one, consider doing so. It'll help the stream here early on. Hopefully you're having a good night. We're pretty much just a day away. I mean, at this time tomorrow, we'll be nearly done. Or, well, working our way through round 1 anyway. Probably around pick 20 at this point. Should be pretty good. Maybe even only pick 15 if we're lucky. I'm just getting my playback up so I can see if people are chatting. What's up, Jags? Welcome back. But yeah, if everyone could leave a like and everything, help the stream get going. You know, getting in double digits quick and yada yada yada. But let me get an NFL background up. So, lots of fun things going on. What's up, HRY? Oh, shit, why the hell isn't that working now? All right, there we go. Now it's all good. That's weird. Boom, boom, boom. Why would the Lions take a quarterback in the first round? In arguably a pretty bad draft. I don't know. I would doubt that the Lions are interested in any kind of quarterback, and not right away anyway, right? If they are, it would be seemingly like later in the draft, maybe round 2 or 3. I see the Lions more in like corner and safety territory in the draft. Yeah, Stroud, I just don't see it. Unless they're going to get him and like stash him for a little while, which like I guess that is impossible, right? At least somewhat impossible anyway. Damn, I don't think the stream's going to get going tonight. We'll see, though. You guys all refuse to like the streams, so... Well, 2 people have. Everyone else hasn't, but... We'll see if anyone shows up. Yeah, well, they're not going to do it in this draft. They're going to be really bad this year. They're going to have to wait till 2024. When they have first-round picks and... all the other stuff. What's up, Chase? Yeah, if you're a Rams fan, just basically know that you're in contention for the first pick of the draft next year. Kind of looking at that ahead of time, I would say that like your worst teams in the NFL next year are probably going to be some combo of the Texans, Rams, and Bucks. Is my big guess on those teams. Of course, barring any injury, there could be another team. Maybe the Cardinals. What's the Patriots thumbnail? Pop it in. Oh, it's in Discord? Oh, they're, what is that, Zay Flowers? Or is it Quentin Johnston? Yeah, Chase Young option got declined. That's pretty surprising. It's Zay Flowers. That's what I thought. Yeah, we're pretty heavily tied to Zay. For whatever reason. Yeah, Brady's retired, yeah. I feel like it's getting almost too late into the offseason for him to go join a new team. But I don't know. I guess he could. Oh, and by the way, one of the only reasons we push hard on the likes is because all my streams get yellow badged. And that means they're like immediately like demonetized and stuff. So they don't get pushed into the... they don't get pushed anywhere until like the stream's done and like they do their manual review. So I need like all the interaction the stream can get for like likes and comments and yada yada yada. That's the only reason I say anything about it, by the way. Usually after about 10, I don't really give a shit because that's pretty solid. I think for your final mock draft, you're going to have Houston take a quarterback, which I don't agree with. Yeah, we don't need him. Who don't you need, Jalen? Yeah, Tigers. Yeah, it was tough. It was annoying. Oh, well, though. You know, it'd be nice if a fraction of the people that were talking football in the entire Tiger stream all afternoon would show up to the actual football streams. We do really good around here. Yeah, I don't really see Houston going quarterback. The Lions to draft Joey Harrington. You think they're about to make another bad pick? But yeah, Texans seem like they're... So there's two like weird theories going on with the Texans, right? That they're going to trade the second pick away and just kind of take whatever they can get, take like Tyree Wilson at like wherever they trade the pick to and so on and so forth. Or they trade into the first round with their 12 pick. Because Arizona is probably pretty flexible with that 3. Or another top team like the Lions have been said to be very flexible with their pick. They're more than willing to like trade back. They're opening, because again, you know, they have their pick of the corners depending on how far they go back. They can get a top corner in this draft really easily, whether it be Witherspoon, whether it be Joey Porter, whether it be Christian Gonzalez. All 3 of those guys are going to work out. But as soon as Rodgers gets bad, he leaves the division. Yeah, that blows. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I just don't. They could, Mike. But I don't know if the Raiders are that desperate to move up in this draft. I will say I don't think that any team really views any of these quarterbacks really that high. Except maybe the Panthers, who I think all of them are really good, which is hilarious to imagine. Because the Panthers can't choose. They have no idea. There's big rumors about Will Levis going 1, rumors about Stroud still going 1, rumors about Young going 1. So it's like 3 different guys. So we don't really know who's going 1 quite yet. I really wouldn't be surprised if the only other team that like takes a quarterback right away is like the Colts. Is that like a hot take for tomorrow? Am I the only one in the world probably thinking this? Maybe. I know the Colts are going to take a quarterback, but are the Raiders for sure? Maybe. No, the Jets will be, as long as Rodgers can play like half as, or like 3/4 of what he did last year, Jets will be wildly improved. All Rodgers has to do is check it down. What's up, Phil? I should probably give you back your mod real quick. Throw that on you. Hey, what's up, Jags? Hey, I appreciate that, man. Good looking out. Hope there's no hard feelings, Jags. Amir, that's pretty good. I'm glad Amir got it. Here you go, man. Hey, we're up to 5 whole likes on the stream now. We're killing it. You know they were trading from 18 to 2. What? I just say Raiders because they are in it. Oh, yeah. They're at like 7, yeah. You think so too about the quarterbacks? Yeah, I agree with that. It's just a weird feeling. 6 likes? Yeah, good looking out. Getting up there. No, not really. We're just kind of like spitballing ideas. We're kind of talking about the Lions right now and like, oh no, we're talking about the Texans situation a little bit. Hey, we're up to 8. There we go. We'll get up to 10 pretty soon. Good looking out, everybody. I appreciate it. Now someone might be in here on a fake account. I appreciate you, fake account person. Let it run. Get these up to like 60. Oh yeah, someone's in here leaving fakes. I appreciate you, fake account guy. You're gonna make my account do better now. The Mets suck. Oh, they'll improve. It's early, man. Plus a bunch of injuries. Yeah. So how many people think the Texans are 100% about to take a quarterback? I kind of want to just like get a rough idea. Like it's like, yeah, I think so. Mets fans, Jets fan, Knicks fan. Oh, you like all the New York? Still a fan of the Texans going defense and whatever else, and maybe looking at Hooker late for. Yeah, I think so. In my tweet I posted, they have the Pats. Yeah, it's N'Keal Harry. He sucked. He was a terrible draft pick. Probably a safe bet. A quarterback for you thinking? What's up? Stop it. Detroit. We could talk about that in a minute. I'm thinking Detroit goes Witherspoon. I've been converted on that. Unless they trade, I could see them trading back and still getting Witherspoon, to be honest, because I've heard the Eagles have called up about it. But I do think the Texans wind up going with Will Anderson. I still believe that. I still think that's ultimately the right move. And then at 12, just go like try to. I feel like they're going to trade up. Like I've been seeing all these rumors and reports of the Texans trying to trade up. And it just feels like it's going to happen. Yeah, if Carter's there at 6, the Eagles might give the Lions a fortune to go get Carter because they want to pair up Carter and Davis again. Could be Eagles Texans. I know the Texans want to move in. Per like 2 different reports, Daniel Jeremiah and Adam Schefter have reported that the Texans are like weirdly looking to trade back into the top 10. Possibly into the top 5 again. So they could be going quarterback defense and just going, all right, we see what we can do. We see the opening. Let's go do it. There's potential. This is going to be a very interesting first round because I know a lot of teams want to move back. Thanks, Jags. Good looking out. Appreciate the 2 gifted subs. I'm sure. Oh shit, Jalen got one now. Interesting person to get one. I cannot fathom why the Jets traded for Rodgers with all that big time money they got to shell out just this year. I didn't hear what the contract is. Did the Jets take the whole contract? Oh, the Texans trading the 12 to move up. Yeah, that's what I heard. They want to swap up and go in. And there's a couple of teams that want to move back out of back. So it could happen if no one else wants to trade up. It shouldn't take much. Yeah, not this year. A lot of teams want to kind of trade into the, trade back. So I guess we could talk about the Lions. Yeah, Lions seem kind of destined to take Witherspoon. It seems like everything is just kind of like they're going to go corner with their first pick. It feels it's just like, yeah, that seems, what do they need? When you go look at their team from like front to like their entire offense is basically complete, right? Like they don't need anything on offense, so you could just pretty much excuse that whole side of the ball for them. Maybe you could argue depth, but that's not a first round pick. All right, so you go look at their defense. All right, linebackers and safeties. This linebacking class is kind of, what's up, Daniel? I think it was 13 million base and 43 or 40. Okay, so they reworked his contract. I'll have to look into the Rodgers money. That was the last issue, I guess, why the Jets didn't trade right away, because Rodgers has a huge contract. So the Jets took the 60. Oh, all right, they reworked it though. All right, that's not too bad. Lions could be big this year if they keep everything going. If they just hold on and get a better defense. See, if okay, so this is how I think the Lions may move, right? This is kind of like how I'm feeling about the Lions. There's a few things that have to happen for them to get this, right? You need the first 5 picks to not take Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. I don't think the Lions, all that shit about Tyree Wilson, just ignore that. Because you know what it is? I think a lot of people think since the Lions are interested in Will Anderson, they're also interested in adding an edge rusher when it's not that at all. They just really like Will Anderson because every team really likes Will Anderson. That's that. They'll have the 3. They'll take Will Anderson if he's sitting there because they're not a stupid football team. That's just kind of how it goes. Or the most likely option is the Jalen Carter situation. If he's sitting there at 6 somehow, which probably not, he's probably going to be a Lion. But if they're both gone, I could see the Lions moving the pick back and getting like Devin Weatherspoon, which is seemingly the right move. The top 5 picks right now are the Panthers, Texans, Cardinals, Colts, and then Seahawks. And then the Lions, and then Eagles? No, Raiders at 7, Falcons at 8, Bears at 9, and Eagles at 10? Is that the top 10? Or the Eagles 11, and I forgot who tapped it. Like Washington at 10? No, Washington's a little further back. Who's number 10? Okay, I got the top 10. Yeah, that's the top 10 for you. I got it right. So with the Lions, they could fall back to, they could trade that pick to the Eagles if Jalen Carter's there, because we know the Eagles really want a very specific player. They're trying to like move up in the draft for somebody, right? They're looking at someone real specific. It's like, who do the Eagles want? Like what? So it seems like they want like either Jalen Carter or Will Anderson, and they're very aggressive about wanting them. Titans, Texans. Oh yeah, Titans pick at 11. Yes, sir. Yep. Mike, don't ask Bears that question. They think they're top 5. Oh, the Bears. You think Cardinals are going to take Tyree? I think Tyree's going to fall tremendously. I think the failure of Trayvon Walker last year is really going to throw teams off of Tyree Wilson. Seth, what are you doing? We just did the draft order. We know it correctly. Titans are at 11, and then Mike did the other ones. Yeah, we have the draft order. We're good, man. But yeah, so the Lions are interesting because again, they could trade that 6. Oh, fuck the Falcons. Nah, you probably actually gotta just take Devin Weatherspoon at 6 if you're the Lions, because the Falcons might take him at 8 if he's there. Who does Seattle draft? Seattle's probably gonna take fucking Jalen Carter or Will Anderson if they're available right there. Yeah, it's the only thing that stops the Lions from getting Carter or Anderson is the fact that fucking Seattle's right there, and Seattle's gonna take one of them, because what is Seattle's number one weakness is literally defensive line. So I kind of hope both of them are there somehow, and there's a run on quarterback. Like if there's a run on quarterback, Seattle and Detroit benefit the greatest, because Seattle will take Will Anderson in a heartbeat, and then that leaves Jalen Carter to fall right to the Lions. Yeah, I don't know why they keep talking about. They're trying to like hype Tyree Wilson up in the top 5, and it's really weird. They do it every year with one player. Last year it was Trayvon Walker, and the Jaguars took the bait. Yeah, I think so, because Detroit could get a top corner, because the 3 top corners are probably what? Witherspoon, Christian Gonzalez, Joey Porter, and those are your top 3, right? I'm trying to think of like somebody who might be better, but like, as long as the Lions could get one of those 3 guys, it seems like it's all set. Because I have a feeling about my own person. Like, here's how I kind of think the top 5 will go, just so you get an idea. I feel very confidently Bryce Young will go 1. I feel very confidently that the Texans take Will Anderson at 2. I think the Cardinals grab Paris Johnson at 3. That'll be the shock pick of the night. Like almost immediately we'll have like a weird shock pick, and it'll be Paris Johnson going 3. I think the Cardinals finally realize that they have a 5'9" quarterback, and maybe putting an offensive lineman in front of him is a really good idea. Detroit trades back, and Witherspoon. Oh, if Detroit trades back and they're all 3 are there. Oh, if either of the 3 are there and they don't take them, that'd be crazy. So I'm thinking that Paris Johnson, if the Cardinals don't trade the pick, goes 3. I'm kind of assuming not really a ton of picks. No, it would be a great pick, HRY, but I think the problem is Paris Johnson's going to wind up going much sooner than the Raiders can get him. I think the Cardinals draft him. They desperately need offensive linemen for their very little quarterback. And then at 4, the Colts probably take a quarterback, and I don't know who. I don't know who the Colts. Will Levis? I think they really like him. He fits their culture, so I'm gonna guess Will Levis because they're all so stupid. Or they might go Stroud. And then at 5, I think Seattle takes Jalen Carter, leaving Detroit in kind of this weird spot where they can take Witherspoon. Number 7 for the Raiders. They're hard to predict because they could go quarterback or they go Tyree Will. Like, I don't know. The Raiders are a terrible drafting football team. So they're hard to figure. And trade Swift away. I've heard a lot of rumors about Swift being traded on draft day. Isaiah Foskey. That could be interesting. I don't know if I think Young's going number 1. I don't know. Probably. What's the Commanders' biggest needs right now? O-line. They could take Peter Skoronski. Feels like a thing I don't know what they need. Like, it feels like Washington could use like a secondary pick, offensive line pickup, because again, their line seems like it's pretty bad, and they have a decent wide receiver. I don't think that's a number 1 need for the Washington. They have Curtis Samuel and Terry McLaurin, so I wouldn't put that as a top need. CB linebacker. Yeah, so I'm guessing they might take C. Gonzalez if he's there. They could take Joey Porter. Yeah, who knows what the Raiders... See, all I know is that the Raiders are going to do the wrong pick. That's the funniest thing about the whole situation. Colts love Levis and AR, so they probably go Levi or Levis. All these teams are just going to pick up a bunch of bad quarterback. And they had, the Jahan Dotson was a good pickup for them as well. So they don't need receivers. I'm guessing corner. They could be renamed back to the Redskins. You never know. They're about to get a new owner. Who knows what they're about to do with that team name? Could be changed again. Which I'm actually very much in favor of them just changing it to a different name and then being like, now we're the Generals. And then in like 3 years being like, that didn't work either. Red Wolves. They just change the name every like 3 or 4 years. And then eventually they're like, well, eventually they'll let us just go back to Redskins once it kind of just blows over. Maybe we just cycle the name around 12 more times. So, you guys want to know a rumor I've been hearing all day that's driving me crazy? Want to know the kind of a dumb rumor I've been hearing? Thanks again, Jags. I appreciate it. What's up, Danny? Oh, you're fine. You're fine, man. We're just chit-chatting. They demote themselves and call themselves sergeants. That'd be funny. Oh, shit. Chase got to remember one. A very fun rumor I've been hearing today involves my football team. Jets doesn't do nothing to me from signing Aaron Rodgers. I just hope the Packers and Patriots draft Jackson Smith and Jigba and Zay Flowers so the Packers don't get him. Kind of, Chase. They kind of are. Something about the Lions drafting CJ Stroud at 6, but yeah, that's clearly not going to happen. It'd be crazy if that actually happened. But thanks again, Jags. I appreciate it. You're far too kind. Despite the 10 sending we had at that one stream. Sometimes, you know. The Patriots are reportedly trying to talk to the Texans about acquiring the number 2 pick in the draft. I'm getting to it, Phil. I just gotta make sure I don't say anything too bombastic because this rumor is crazy. It involves the Patriots trading for the number 2 pick in the draft for their quarterback, Mac Jones. Yeah, I'm not kidding. They think that that's going to happen. They think that the Texans are going to trade for Mac Jones. Yeah, I know. And the Patriots are going to have the number 2 pick. And I believe they're saying we're going to also keep our 14 pick in the rumors. It'll just be a straight swap. We get the 2, they get Mac. Everything's good and glory. Might be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. If this happens, I'm gonna look like a fucking retard. See, I don't want to go off on it too hard because it's like, well, what if we do this and draft CJ Stroud or Will Levis? I'd be so goddamn embarrassed. I'd be like, oh, damn it. I'd turn the stream off. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'd be like, you guys know I can't continue. I'm very upset right now. That would actually be the moment where I freak out and have one of them fan reactions where I'm like, if we didn't do that and trade and get Will Anderson, I'd punch a hole through something. If we did that and got Will Anderson, I'd be like, all right, well, whatever we're about to do, we're not giving up any points this year. Yeah, I don't get it. Hey, we hit 10 likes. I appreciate that, everybody. Good looking out. Someone was saying that Pac-Man Jones hinted. Yeah, it sounds like he's going to be traded to the Chiefs or the Bills. Phil's like, please, the Bills. Please, Buffalo. Yeah, but I don't think we're... see, I hate draft time rumors because you start hearing shit like the Lions are going to take CJ Stroud out of nowhere. Or like the Patriots are going to draft fucking... or trade up to draft Will Levis. It's like... they really like him that much? Well, why? What'd they see in him? Mac's better than both of those guys with his eyes closed. Levis got a strong arm. Oh, yeah, because the Patriots go crazy for that. In my life, I've known the Patriots to just, you know, freak out about guys with big arms. You know, like, when you think of the Patriots, you think of their obsession with guys who can throw the football far. I don't know how much of a good source Pac-Man is. Yeah, Matt. Yeah, I don't get those rumors. We have no salary cap room. D-Hop's contract, you could salary cap doesn't matter. It's a fake thing. If you guys have like $1 million, you're fine. You're good to go. If your owner really wants to go get D-Hop, he'll have D-Hop. Yeah, it's literally D-Hop. Yeah. Him and D-Hop is credible, or Pac-Man's credible because his source is literally DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah. Like, very specific situations, you could be like, yeah, he's credible. How do you know? I mean, it's the direct guy. I think those two are pretty good friends. Yeah. You got to remember, a lot of those guys in the NFL, like, are pretty close, especially, like, corners and receivers. They're all, like, weirdly good friends. Not all of them, but, like, a good chunk of these guys are, like, really close. Especially, like, all the good players. They all hang out and shit. It's kind of depressing to think about. They're just making fun of all the bad players, like, I don't know, like Zach Wilson. Zach's showing up. He's like, hey, guys, what's up, everybody? Can I come and hang out after? Nah, Zach. We just got done hanging out. Yeah, we're all going home. And they all leave. He's just like, oh, I didn't even know they were hanging out. I do feel bad for Zach Wilson, I will say. That poor fucking guy. Got his job took by a 40-year-old man that can't play football that good, believes in conspiracy theories. It's a tough way to lose your job. Ravens tried to trade for, but I'm pretty sure the Lamar contract is coming soon. Yeah, all DeAndre has to do, by the way, in order to sign him, if you're a Bills fan, is pay him base salary milli and then give him a huge signing bonus. Free Tucker. Tucker who? Yeah, they're just like, "What's up, bro?" And they're all like very friendly to the guy. I feel bad for Zach Wilson. He's clearly the best quarterback on that roster by quite a bit. But unfortunately, the Jets have ruined the development. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Zach Wilson. I wish he was still their quarterback. He was their best option. Anyway, who gives a shit about that? So, I guess we could talk a little bit about the Packers. They picked up quite a nice little haul for next year. They get a extra first round pick. But they do leapfrog in the draft a few teams. They go from 15 all the way to 12, which is quite impactful. Now, the Packers going to 12 fucks my team over quite a bit because there could be a run on receivers right away. It could literally go like fucking Jackson Smith to the Titans, and then right away the Packers grab Zay Flowers. And then it's like, well, fucking, that's cool. Or 13, yeah, 13. Oh, Baked Alaska. Oh, that guy. He's a bit of a weirdo. I remember back when he was the BuzzFeed. He's a weird guy, Baked Alaska. Trevor Lawrence on the timeline, and that he's not the answer. Oh, disagree. My thing for the Jets is, like I said, all that money, and Rodgers isn't even guaranteed to stay for X amount. Yeah, he's going to retire after this year, I'm guessing. Money's kind of irrelevant, though. That's whatever. The Jets are a super rich franchise. You know, Woody Johnson's fucking loaded. The money's irrelevant. It does suck losing a first-round pick for a 40-year-old quarterback, though. Unless they finagle it so he only plays in like 64% of the snaps. He hinted at playing too. The dude almost retired this year. Yeah, that was funny stuff, Jax. I will say that was actually kind of funny when he did that. I found that to be hilarious. It's like, yeah, don't fist fight somebody. He's probably gonna mace you. If you have the balls to do that, I did find that funny. I don't find most of what he does funny, but the trying to fist fight somebody and then spraying them with mace, I don't know why, but I think that's really funny. I'm surrounded by Cardinals fans, so I am kind of forced to hope they get a good pick. Used to hate Arizona sports, but no. Yeah, I don't care for Arizona sports. Yeah, Rodgers is wearing number 8, his college number. Also, I wonder, do the Jets have to go offensive line? Thinking about it, because that line that they have is dog shit. Even with Tucker, right? Because I'm thinking like, well, who do they got to block for this guy? Does anybody know a singular Jets offensive lineman? Are any of them good? Other than Elijah Vera Tucker? I think the answer is no. I think they got one other good lineman. I can't remember though. They need to draft linemen. It's like one of them complicated things where it's like they would have taken receiver, but I wonder if lineman suddenly becomes like a big area of concern. Because now they don't have a quarterback who can giddy up and run around. The quarterback he can move, but Becton, yeah, I don't think that's enough. Jets are probably better with who did they keep receiver wise? They have Garrett Wilson, who's really good. They've got Tyler Conklin at tight end. He's good. They've got Breece Hall, who can catch the ball really good. Yeah, you got to ignore the CJ Stroud to the Lions rumors. I think they got rid of Corey Davis. What's up, Ben? They have somebody else who's really good, and I'm like completely fucking blanking on the person's name. Yeah, Becton has gotten into crazy good shape, by the way. So that's who it was. It was Becton, the other lineman. They traded Mitchell or Moore? Because I swear they have 2 receivers, both named Elijah. Why do I think this? Do they have 2 receivers named Elijah and Mitchell? Moore is the other, because they traded one guy, and I swear to God they have a guy named Elijah Mitchell too, who's not a bad receiver. He's like way better than everyone on the Packers. They have Alan Lazard, Garrett Wilson, Mecole Hardman, Corey Davis, Mims. That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, their receiving core is fine. They don't need to draft a receiver. This will work. Rodgers will make this work. Lazard, Wilson, Hardman, and Corey Davis. And Mims, who could actually be really good. Yeah, okay. Now I'm good. I got it figured out. Thank you. I forgot they signed Mecole Hardman. Oh shit, I completely forgot about it. Yeah, they actually have a pretty good receiving core now. Devon Hamilton isn't even good, and he gets who? CJ? No, I think the Panthers are gonna go Bryce Young. Yeah, they just told him no. Oh yeah, they didn't let Mims leave. They're like, just be patient. Now he's probably happy he didn't get traded. He's like, well, now we got Aaron Rodgers, and I think I'm really glad you didn't trade me. Thanks for not trading me. Yeah, I forgot they got Lazard. So they're actually. Oh, what's up though, Ven? How you doing, man? I didn't even see you coming. You came in all quiet like a freak. You guys want to know what's been cool? I don't have any money, so I can't use them. But my campus, my town voted to approve those electric scooters. So every time I walk somewhere, there's just a fuckload of scooters everywhere that I can just, if I ever have money, once I start my job in 2 weeks, I'll be able to fucking pay for it like $1 and just cruise around town on a scooter for a while. They're $1 until like they just run out of battery. It's fucking dope. Yeah, they probably should have kept more. Yeah, it's not bad, but like I don't think it's like you need to draft a receiver in the first. What's the new Zay Flowers rumor? Said he visited with the Titans, who pick at 11. While he was leaving, they told Zay get used to Nashville. Yeah, the Titans probably are going to pick a receiver, and I'm surprised it's not Jackson Smith. Man, I pray to God that guy falls to the Patriots. Well, I'm not going to get any kind of that money until May 20th. Yeah, YouTube holds my money till May 20th. 21st, to be specific. Oh. Scooters all over the place. I found one down the street from my house, which is nowhere near downtown. Yeah, you're just allowed to use them too. I think it's dope. Titans gonna go quarterback. Yeah, I've heard that. I wouldn't be too surprised if they tried to jump in, and if they do go get a quarterback, that'd be pretty cool. Because that frees up the Patriots getting Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'd be so happy if we got him. Everything I've looked into, I'm like, oh, he'd be perfect in New England. Him or Zay Flowers. But it seems like Zay Flowers has like somehow become the flashier name, so I'm really hoping JSN slips. Or we make a trade. No one will ever trade with us, though. Yeah, Derrick Henry trade rumor to the Eagles are insane, dude. Titans need to trade with the Cards. Yeah, the Cards are going to trade with somebody. I don't know if it. See, Ben, what do you think of the rumors the Texans trade for that pick? And they pick 2 and 3. I kind of like those. Like that rumor has just like planted into my head, and I'm like, that'd be a really good move. If they really like a quarterback and they really want Will Anderson, they could get them both. There's rumors of the Texans trying to trade into the top 5 again with their other 2. Like apparently, Daniel Jeremiah, a few other guys have like done mock drafts with this for their last mock drafts. And Adam Schefter reported that the Texans are trying to trade up into the top 5. Or it's been like there's like a belief that it's a top 5 move up. It only costs $1, but yeah, well, hey, you know what, Blue? That's their problem. Traffic around me is fuck packed because the damn. Oh damn, yeah, that kind of might be annoying. HRY traffic because of good team. Ugh. Well, at least the Cardinals will be kind of bad this year. Don't worry about that. No Kyler Murray. I don't think the Panthers want a quarterback in this draft. I forget, Ven, that you're still very much on the side of they're getting a quarterback. You're one of like the more passionate believers of that, aren't you? I'm of the belief that they're going to take Will Anderson at number 2 if they pick there. I'm very much like, oh no, that's Will Anderson if they pick. I remember you're like a Stroud to Houston guy, right? Like they could use the second first to move back up. Yeah, I don't think they really want Young. I still have a belief that no one really thinks these quarterbacks are that good. And there's a large number of teams that are like, I mean, we could just suck this year and try to get Caleb Williams or Drake May. I guarantee you there's less than 0 teams thinking that. Panthers don't have any good quarterbacks. They need to desperately draft a quarterback, yeah. No, the Panthers don't have a quarterback. They got 3 backups. Rams only may play trash next season. Yeah, the Rams will probably get the number 1 pick, depending on Matthew Stafford's health. But they could also probably... See, I feel like if the Rams get the number 1, they're going to trade that pick for a very high return. Yeah, they need backups, but they're gonna. Panthers are 100% drafting a quarterback. They have no actual like real quarterback on the roster. Panthers almost have no. I mean, unless they just want to suck ass last year, but they've made way too many like aggressive, weird moves to like be halfway decent next year, so they can't just like shit the bed. Bryce Young is not bad. If he was this much taller or a little bit bulkier, I really hope he bulks up, because like with Kyler Murray, I don't actually really worry about him, because when you go look at Kyler, yeah, he tore his ACL, but that's just a whatever injury. I don't really think that's a size issue, because there are guys who are like 6'5" that tear their ACL. I also think Kyler might play like this season, which is crazy, but have you seen the way this dude's been working out? He's already like fucking squatting with like 200 pounds and shit. I'm like, what? Running fast as shit. I'm like, his little ass just had ACL surgery in November. But then I remember, I'm like, oh yeah, he's like a super athlete. What am I thinking? The difference to me with Kyler and Bryce, why I never really worried about Kyler making it. I'll make a ton of like a little tiny guy jokes because I think they're funny. And I'm also taller than him. So like I can make these jokes because I'm an inch taller than that little man, the tiny little midget. But again, he's, you know, crazy athlete. I wish I was I would trade my height with him to be as athletic as him. You know, I would lose in it. I would be 2 inches shorter if I could be, you know, that good of an athlete. I'd kill for that. But he's big. Like he's like, have you looked at Kyler Murray ever and been like, man, he's fat. Like, I think he's just a solid brick shit of muscle. Like, hold on, let me pull up the picture because I think this is important to look at. Oh, here we go. It's one of my most searched pictures. I think this picture is significant for... Oh, fuck you. What are you doing? I didn't even mean to click on that. I think it's significant to look at that picture and just really consider it, because I'm pretty sure that's from like a Heisman thing. But look at the difference in the way that the two are built. Yeah, they can't let Seattle get Carter unless they take Paris Johnson. So I look at that and I look at this, and you can see like shoulder difference. You see, look at his arm. Look at his arm. I mean, Kyler, just look at the leg difference. You know what I mean? It's like a crazy... I don't know. Cardinals might fuck around and get offensive line. I think that's the move. I don't think Carter gets past the Bears. Isn't that weird that Bijan never visited with the Falcons though? Ven, I'd agree, right? And I would agree, right? He didn't visit with the Falcons. The Falcons didn't invite him for a first round visit. Isn't that weird? Only one team invited Bijan for a first round visit, and that was the Eagles, or the Buccaneers did too, I forgot. So 2 teams. For sure, Phil. Yeah, I'll be live for the draft tomorrow night. Should be a good time. Teams have done what? Like drafted guys that they didn't interview with. That's true. I guess it's happened, but it feels like a top 10 pick, you wouldn't do that. Maybe if they didn't have a top 10 pick, it wouldn't be as big a deal. Hey, we have 10 likes on the stream. I appreciate that, everybody. If you haven't dropped a like, consider doing so. It really does help the stream out. I know some people like to be stingy for some reason, so. You too, Phil. Take it easy, man. We could get a lot more, because I'm pretty sure not everyone, maybe everyone's liked it, but some of you are suspicious. Just messing around. Don't get upset, anybody. Eckler. Yeah, I see Eckler getting traded. I think Cardinals is going to get, I think they're going to go Paris Johnson. Yeah, I didn't even think about the Falcons taking Bijan. Lions didn't talk with gambling addict. That's true. They didn't. That's true. But again, that wasn't a top 10 pick. Again, my mindset on this is like the Falcons have the 7th pick. They probably would have met with the guy. And the Eagles have the 10th pick and they met with the guy. So to me, it's more along the lines of, I find it, maybe the Falcons trade back. I don't know. But if the Falcons are super obsessed with him, maybe they called him. And like that's all they did. They're like, we're going to take you if you're there. Yeah, I just wouldn't draft a running back in the top 10 when you don't have to. I still feel like the Eagles are going to aggressively try to shoot up this draft board. Yeah, the stream's actually doing okay for it being trying to compete against the NBA playoffs. Can't believe people are watching that boring shit. Look at that, it's hooping. LeBron James ain't even playing right now, is he? Is it the LeBron James game? If not, it's not worth anyone's time. Falcons won't even trade back either. They're just going to give... You really think they're going to just reach? Lakers lost? Oh, fucking bullshit. Basketball's a stupid sport. It's also rigged, so I don't know. I can't trust basketball. They literally got caught cheating and shit with like referees. It's like, hey, yeah, I can't fuck with that sport. That's the WWE. They like rig their draft and shit like in broad daylight. They're like, we have this frozen letter. Falcons have been saying fuck it with Drake London. Yeah, I mean, the Falcons do just kind of take the pick they want. They don't really seem to give a shit where they're drafting. We'll take Pitts number 1. We don't really give a fuck. Nobody wants to give us exactly what we want in the trade. Who do I want the Patriots to draft? Boy, there's a list, right? Uh-oh, stream's starting to die. This might just be the end of the stream. Well, there's kind of like a list of guys. And a lot of it just depends on like who's where and like who's available at like what spot and right, like I probably want to look at like Jackson Smith and Jigba or Zay Flowers first. I think that those two dramatically improved the offense, which is one of our big needs. And then but if they're gone, or if like maybe if Devin Witherspoon somehow drops all the way to us, or Christian Gonzalez, or Joey Porter or something like that, if we kind of have to, but I doubt it. And then kind of looking at like tackles. If we do that, I hope we just trade back. He's like, fuck that, and take one of these kids from a small school. So I don't know. There's a few things. So I guess wide receiver, corner, tackle is kind of the way I'd like it to go, but it's like 2 wide receivers, 2 corners, and then trade back for other positions. So I have no idea. It's kind of hard to predict what my team's going to do. Because there's a bunch of bullshit rumors that tied to him. What do you want the Packers to do? You guys are in an interesting position. What up, Kenny? How's your video doing with the Jake Witt? Kenny interviewed a NFL prospect today. Damn, 230 views. Nice, Kenny. Looks like it's killing it too. Edge knowing our luck. Yeah, he's just gonna go edge. He's like, please take a receiver at 12. Let me guess, you'd prefer a receiver, I'm guessing. They have been taking players early at like offensive tackle. It's just that Bill had been doing it so long. There is like, yeah, recency bias. Yeah. You interview him on Monday. Nice, Kenny. That's awesome. Good job. Nice to see it's doing well for your channel. You want Jackson Smith and Jigba? There's a good chance you could get him depending on what the Titans do. Just kind of looking at the Titans are your #1 adversary right there. Texans, I don't know. Texans have John Mechie. They have Robert Woods. They have, who else do they got? Yeah, that's all they have though. But the Texans have like 3 like good young receivers. Robert Woods is a little old, but like I think the Texans aren't like in first round draft receiver position. Fuck, they're interested in him. Yeah, but they have John Mechie. They literally just drafted a receiver in the first round last year. He's good to play next year. I think he's over his leukemia. So I don't know if they need to do that. If the Packers want to trade up, yeah, they can. They have an extra 2nd round pick they can trade away. He was a 3rd round pick. Oh, really? Oh, never mind. Yeah. Yeah, never mind. They probably would. I think they got rid of Cooks already. Yeah, you're right. I thought he was a 1st rounder for some reason. Depends. It depends, Mike. Watch the Patriots draft Michael Mayer. I'd be like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. I'd be like, ah, damn it, I knew that was coming. That's also in the back of my mind that we're going to draft Michael Mayer. I'm not kidding. I'm like, fuck, we might draft that Notre Dame tight end. Just because I kind of know how our offense is being built right now, and I have a really good feeling and understanding of it. I'm like, oh, no. We might be going tight end. So Cooks will be traded tomorrow or during this weekend. All right. So you could probably get Cooks pretty cheap. If you're a team that needs a receiver. Like, I wonder what Brandon Cooks will cost. A 5th round draft pick? Oh, have him. I swear, I thought he got traded. No, I swear, yeah, I was gonna say, I swear to God he got traded. I don't want to just say Ven's wrong about this, but I very clearly remember this almost. He's a Cowboy, yeah. Yeah, he's on the Cowboys. I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew this really happened. Ben's like, he got traded again? Yeah, he got traded, Ben. He didn't get traded for much, though. The Cowboys eventually were like, we'll take him. Yeah, he didn't even get traded for much. It was like a 5th round pick or something. Yeah, he's traded. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought he got traded. I thought they don't even have. So yeah, you might be right. The Texans may be after a receiver. That just bolsters your argument even more. They don't even got Brandon Cooks. Yeah, they could be going for receivers. Unless they Miami Dolphins and trade this pick away for 2 next year. Yeah, I know. I can't wait. He's gonna look so good in Patriot colors. Do you guys see that the Commanders are gonna let Chase Young walk after this next year? Future Patriot Chase Young. I've already heard that he's already bought a house in Foxborough. I'm just reporting the news. Don't shoot the messenger. And that the only quarterback he fears in this league is Mac Jones, and he just doesn't want to play against the ankle grabber. They call him Dr. Ankles, Mac Jones. He's always going to work on him. It's a fucking bad joke. I would be so sad if we trade Mac, because I really like the fact that he tries to fight people. I'm gonna be so goddamn sad if the Mac Jones thing happens. I hate that rumor so much. Yeah, I don't know why D-Hop just doesn't go to the Bills. He's gonna go to one of those 2 teams. I'm thinking it's the Bills for some reason. And my suffering's just gonna get worse and worse. But then I actually want that to happen, because that's how you break the Bills apart. Because I don't know if those 2 guys, D-Hop and Diggs, can exist in the same team. They call Matt Clutch, but because of the because of the camel clutch he does, yeah. Packers draft Jake Witt. Jake Witt could be a really good talent, the guy Kenny interviewed. You guys want to see something crazy about the guy Kenny interviewed? Let me see. Me and Kenny were talking about this earlier. You know how I'm a big fan of Raz, and I think that denotes if a player is going to be good or not. This guy's out of Northern Michigan University, a very small school in the UP. Look at this guy's numbers. Look at this. Hold on. I think people who appreciate Raz will appreciate this. He scored a 9.80. This is an offensive tackle who's 6'7". Oh, you're good, Kenny. No, it's fine. He's an elite prospect. The only thing he got low marks on was weight and bench. Like the 2 things that, like, as soon as he's not working out at Northern Michigan, he will be way better at doing. These are 2 things the NFL will get way up really quick. I'm like, dude, look at it. 4.89 40 time. A 37-inch vertical. No, it's like, what the this dude is. I'm wondering if he's going to be changed. See, the way I'm looking at this with this kid, I wonder, because there's 2 options that can go on with here. At 6'7" and at 302 pounds, there's 2 things that could happen. Yeah, I know it's not bad, Kenny, but it's just like it's a small school and like NFL will get him bigger. Or do they make him lose 15 pounds to 20 pounds and have him be a gigantic ass tight end in the NFL? Holy tight end. Yeah, this screams tight end, right? We're just looking at a player that Kenny interviewed this guy, Jake Witt. And this is his RAS score. The only thing wrong with his score for for an offensive tackle in the NFL, he's a developmental prospect. He switched sports. He must have been, was he a basketball player, Kenny? He's going to be a steal. At Michigan Tech, he played basketball. That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, dude, he's going to be a tight end. 150%. This is a tight end or a defensive end. He won't be playing tackle in the NFL. He's literally running a 4.89 40-yard dash. Holy tight end. Yeah, that's 6'7", 3. They're going to make him lose 20 pounds, and he's going to become a monster tight end in the league. But he probably doesn't need to. If he's running that fast at 300 pounds, dude, he could just be a 6'7", 300-pound tight end and just fuck people's lives up. Because, again, that means he can block. All right, have a good one, HRY. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you. You have a good night. But it's just fun. Good job, Kenny. Good interview. Glad it's doing well on the channel. When you're at Tech, then transfer to play tight end, then move. Oh, he tried to already play tight end. Okay, he wants to play offensive line. Maybe we'll get to 20 likes. I doubt. We're what, 13? Pretty good. Sorry to go off on that. I think a team would be. I think he's going to be a late round to UDFA steal. Yeah, the 300 pounds is a little much, which is why I'm like, maybe he just gains 20 more pounds and just dominates as a left tackle or right tackle. We'll see what he does. Because there's a couple positions he could switch to right away. You could maybe develop him as a tight end. You could put him at tackle. You could have him play guard as just a really big guard. Or you could switch him to defensive end. I mean, dude, he's such a crazy athlete. Like, so fast, so explosive. Like, those are explosive speed numbers for someone of his size. Dude, that's fucking insane. 4.89 40. Like, there's no way they're gonna have him play tackle. He's gonna start running, and they're gonna be like, "Nah, man, I don't think tackle's right for you." Why? Do you realize how fucking fast you are? How big you are? Like, and how explosive you are for your size? Texans, Bryce Young. The Panthers, I think, are going to take Bryce Young. Feels like the move, anyway. Guess I could be wrong. It's very, 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 very possible. If he did not go to Northern Michigan, he would go sooner. Oh, yeah, 100%. Small schools tend to doom guys. All right, have a good one. Thanks for stopping in, HRY. I'm glad you enjoyed. That's a big-ass contract for Devon Hamilton. What's up, J-Camp? I'm just hoping tomorrow night that the Bills pick someone overheard. I've heard of not a player that wasn't projected in anyone's first round. That's what the Patriots are probably going to do. All right, Ven. All I know is the Chiefs will draft Patrick Mahomes' replacement tomorrow. I have it on good authority that they're going to take Anthony Richardson. They've already signed Blaine Gabbert. And for some reason, they haven't announced that Patrick is the starter. So the only thing I can assume is they're trying to replace Patrick Mahomes. Again, they haven't announced him as a starter. Like, it's very crazy to me. For some reason, teams think like you got to announce the starter like on every team. So I've been starting a new campaign of every team's good quarterback. I'm going to ask why they haven't been, like, why isn't Josh Allen named as the Bills starter yet? Is there a QB controversy in Buffalo brewing? I'm doing what everybody does to Mac Jones and the Patriots, if you can't tell. I'm tired of playing games with people. I'm going to start doing it to everybody else. See how they like it. Be like, yeah, good luck trying to defend that without sounding like a fucking idiot like I have to with Mac. Teams that have their very obvious starting quarterback they never announce their starting quarterbacks. You ever hear Peyton Manning called the starter? Did they ever announce Aaron Rodgers would be the starting quarterback of the Packers? Not but one time. Sorry, that's a very weird tangent to go down. Packers might try to trade down? Like trade out of the 12 that they just traded up into? That'd be a very confusing thing for the Packers to do, in my opinion. To trade out and then trade all... like they just trade out and then trade way back in. They're like, listen, we don't want to do... We didn't want the 13. That was too much pressure. We're gonna back out of that pick. I guess you could just acquire a lot more draft capital from that, but... That seems like a empty errand at that point. J-Cam, do you have any position preferences or just, I don't know. Yeah, they trade with the Jets to get more picks. That'd be pretty funny. No, I think the Patriots will pick a known player at 14. If the Bills or Chiefs did bench Mahomes or Allen, they would be treated like Mac Jones. When did the Patriots bench Mac? When did that happen? You have to fill me in. I watch a lot of Patriots games. Never seen Mac get benched. You want the Bills to get a linebacker or safety? Yeah, I think you guys would be good to get one. The only problem is Brian Branch. I don't think he's going to drop. I think he's the best safety in the class. But I don't think you need to get the best safety. That's just me being like, I think... But yeah, I think you guys could use the safety. Your safeties are starting to get a little older. You're more excited for Saturday. What's Saturday? Oh, that game. Oh, you mean the game where they tried to rush Mac Jones back from injury? Then Mac said he couldn't finish the game because his ankle hurt too bad to finish against the Bears. So they sat him out in after the first quarter with injury. They tried rushing him back because apparently they like Bailey Zappi more. I don't know. Two ways to look at that, right? You could look at it that he got benched for Bailey Zappi, or you can remember the fact that he had a high ankle sprain and tried coming back after just 2 or 3 weeks. Rushed back. The team let him rush back and preferred him to rush back and start. And if he couldn't throw on his ankle, that was the problem in that game. He couldn't put weight down yet, and he tried rushing back because the team wanted him to. Does that sound like a team that wanted to bench Mac Jones? That they allowed their very high drafted young quarterback to rush back from injury so they could... If they were fine with Bailey Zappi, they probably don't let Mac Jones rush back from injury a week before doctors wanted to actually clear him in New England. You know. Or we could just go with how the NFL media presents it as they benched him for no particular reason against the Bears and then didn't re-pull Bailey Zappi after Bailey Zappi had the worst game of his career. They just let him just stink it up because we only had 2 quarterbacks on the roster. That's just my 2 cents. Like if he, I don't know. What's up, Jacob? I think there's a little bit more thought that has to go into some of the Mac Jones stuff. Like it doesn't make sense. Why would they give up on him after 2 years? Unless they really have something else in the thing. Yeah, exactly, J-Cam. Zappi didn't even, he played good against the Lions who couldn't do anything the Lions literally couldn't stop a nosebleed the first 8 games of the season last year. And then he did all right against the Packers who had zero idea who he was. And the second a team got an inkling on how to play Bailey Zappi, which was the Bears, they shut that fucking dude down. It was the only good game the Bears played all season was against Bailey Zappi. That dude sucks. Like, he's a backup. He's 5'10", doesn't have a deep drop, and every ball gets swatted at the line. Like, and then he goes up against the Bears, the first team to actually have an idea and like game tape on him, and they fucking destroyed this kid. Yeah, but he did really good against the Lions, who were giving up like 50 a game. It was the worst defense in NFL history for 7 games. Yeah, it's Mac's third year. Bailey's so good. He went into a game against the Packers and did pretty good, even though he never played before and no one had ever seen him, and the Packers had no idea what to expect from him. Yeah, that can happen. That's why backups sometimes win the games, because they're not prepared to play you. They were prepared to play Brian Hoyer that game. And then in comes Bailey Zappi, and that's a whole different preparation. Oh, that wasn't like, why would that be real? Why would they ever? They didn't think that. That's just stuff the media makes up about the Patriots. Why would they replace Matt Castle? You know, Matt Castle failed to make the playoffs with a team that had just gone undefeated the year before. Why would they have replaced him with that guy? Like a guy who couldn't go undefeated with the same team Tom Brady fucking scored like 40 a game with. That's crazy that was never a thing. Tom Brady tore his ACL and was literally only in year 7 at that point. Year 8 as a starter. They were never going, and he'd already won 3 Super Bowls. Been to 4. Had an undefeated season. Just broke out. It like just became a whole different guy. They were going to replace him after all of this. That sounds pretty crazy. Why? Well, why were they done with Tom after 8 years? We already got all we could get out of this guy. No, that was never a thought. That was never even a consideration. It was as soon as Brady's knee was good to go, he was back as the starter. Nah. Brady was literally in his 8th year. There was no chance that they were going to replace him at that point, man. You got to remember, he got drafted in 2000, started in 2001. That's 7 years as a starter, 8 years going into 2009. Why would they have replaced him? He was literally at the prime of his apex of his career. He was not going to stop. And he was an immobile quarterback before the knee injury, and he was an immobile quarterback after the knee injury. Nothing changed for Big Tom. He came back and could throw better. Like that's all that changed. His arm was way better than when he left. He became way more accurate post ACL. Oh, was that the long hair Brady when he came back from his ACL injury and was just a menace? Was that long hair Brady? Was that weird post ACL injury era? That was a fun time. I think it was when we started a win streak versus Buffalo where we just didn't lose again until 2016. Maybe 17. Because I know we lost in a really weird game versus Buffalo in like 2016. That was a really strange game. What else we got going on in the draft? What other crazy things are we thinking of? That'd be pretty sweet. I'm really hoping so. See Rogers in a jet shirt looks unreal natural. Hey man, I mean, welcome to the welcome to what Patriots fans had to go through. Texans? I'm guessing they take Will Anderson, and then I have no idea what they do with that second pick. There's a lot of rumors that they trade back up, they trade the pick back. There's a lot. I'll probably just do a short. I think a short is all it really needs. I don't want to really explain much. I think I just want to be like, this is my mock draft for 2023. And then I'll provide explanations if need be. Probably post it up probably tomorrow. Probably like tomorrow 11 a.m. Somewhere around then. I'm thinking of going to 24 draft in Detroit. Kind of, you know, stay in well-lit areas at night. That's pretty much it, like any other major city. Oh, you looked for non-warnings. I thought you said look out for. I'm like, oh yeah, just go Greektown. Maybe catch a game at Comerica Park. Tigers tickets will be fucking dirt cheap at that point next year. All kinds of dispensaries if you like to smoke weed and shit. Like a lot of really big dispensaries are down there. Like the really famous brand name ones, like cookies and shit, are all down there. You'd be in the line section close to the stage. That'd be pretty dope. I'm like half tempted to go to the draft. I kind of want to too. I'm like, that'd be pretty fucking sweet. Once in a lifetime experience. So I might go next year, depending on how work's going and everything. I might save up. How much are tickets to that thing? Tigers are good this year. I'm not worried about it. I'm old enough to where I could just save up and buy a ticket. I don't know. Round one would be super expensive, though. I don't know about all that. I'd go to like day 3 or day 4. I don't know. I wouldn't go to round 1. I ain't going none of that. I can tell you the story of the Jets franchise. First franchise to one of the first to win a Super Bowl. One of the first franchises to throw for 4,000 yards. 2 things that they haven't done since the 1960s. It's basically been, they were the first team to do both things, I think, even. No, one of the first teams to do both things, right? 4,000 yards. Very, very good. One of the first Super Bowl winners. Awesome. They've done neither since the 1960s. That's the franchise history of the New York Jets. The end. Oh, yeah, then they beat the Patriots and the Colts in one playoff before. That's literally all the Jets history that's relevant. That's it. I didn't shortchange a single fucking thing. I put all the highs in there. I put all the... What's up, Max? I'm just going over the storied history of the Jets. You know, the first team to throw for 4,000, one of the first like 5 Super Bowl winners, and they haven't done either thing since the 1960s. I forgot, Max, you go hard on all that. Why don't you post those? Like, do you like have a blog or anything, or is it just like that stuff people would like? You should have been doing like a YouTube series or something on all that. I'm surprised you haven't been, but I guess you might be busy with school and shit. It's the kind of work that you should be publishing and putting out into the world, because you can get a job in sports media doing stuff like that. Just as a heads up. The only reason I'm asking why you're not like, I hope like, I post on Twitter sometime, but I'll probably post busy with school. Yeah, that makes sense. Just like keep that in mind of like posting stuff like that, because you can start to like build up like a reel of like what you can do as like, because I'm guessing you want to work in sports media when you get older, in like some capacity. And I think day 2 tickets and day 3 tickets. Oh, fuck that. Yeah, I'm not interested in going to the draft anymore. So those kind of like breaking down the draft and like breaking down like 500 plus prospect is like a good thing to like have around and like say you've done and know how to do and can like provide examples of how you've improved. I guess just keep track of all that stuff too, right? Just like don't like delete it or lose it, so that way you can kind of like save it and show, save it and show, save it and be like, this is how I did it this year, and then this year I look at how much better I've improved, see how much more accurate I've gotten from year to year to year. Those things are important. And again, I'm assuming you want to work somewhere in sports media based on just kind of like the way you like, you know. It's a fun thing to think about anyway. Well, really, in 1250, it makes sense with the depend of 32 teams. How do you know where the? Well, apparently they're the tickets are already on sale for the draft stuff, and I'm guessing that's just like an average of what they cost this year. Yeah, the NFL is expensive. I keep forgetting about that. What sucks is Lions tickets won't be cheap anymore. Saw it on an article. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Definitely trying for it. Yeah, just you know, like you even start a blog and just start like publishing that stuff, or like make YouTube videos. I think that's the kind of stuff, you know, just small things like that. I know you're busy with school and shit, so like don't stress on it. Fucking finish school first. But like stuff in college, like that stuff that can easily get you into like the school newspaper, the school media, and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, like you said you're going to school and everything. If you're studying sports journalism, like yeah, that's the kind of stuff they'd like. I'm telling you. Lions website is where you bought yours. Oh shit, was it super expensive, Chase? Was Mike accurate in pricing ranges? You don't have to say exactly what you paid, Chase. I wouldn't either. Is he accurate in the ranges? Yeah, I've thought about getting into sports journalism. I'm very good at writing. And I have a very interesting way of writing that would draw people in. But I have zero journalistic integrity. It'd be very obvious where my bias lies. I can't write dispassionate work. It's not in my nature. And this is why this motherfucker is a cheater. And it'd be like, well, we have to fire you. I didn't even swear. I said this guy's just a cheater. It's like, yeah, you didn't even say allegedly. Oh, yeah, well, he has to prove he isn't cheating. Some fucking stupid asinine defense of myself. Be like, sheesh. Damn, that's not too bad. Sounds like they gave you a little bit of a package deal. I'm just glad they're able to bring the draft back to Detroit. Like, and Detroit's actually getting like some serious treatment by like the media itself. Oh, okay, that makes sense then. I know season ticket holders. Wait a minute. I have to talk to some people. I know someone who has season tickets. I might have to call up a buddy and be like, hey man, can you look into something for me? I'm just trying to think of this. What other big things could come up in the draft? Oh, I have a question. Oh, did you guys see that? Yeah, everyone's talking about how CJ Stroud might have accidentally confirmed that he got a bad grade on the Wonderlic test. Do they still call it the Wonderlic test? His test scores. I'm a football player and I'm not an S2 taker. Yeah, that's true. I forgot. The NFL and the NFL media has always loved Dan Campbell. That one's specific. That's too. Oh, it's a very specific. Oh, okay. Because isn't that just part of the Wonderlic? Like the entire, like the IQ thing that they take? It might just be called the S2 now. They might have just renamed it. So this has been wildly misreported. This story with CJ Stroud, and I wish he would have set the record straight. But I'm glad he almost didn't, because it's like NFL teams know how he scored. And I don't know why the media is trying to make him look way more stupid. Like he didn't score great. It's not like he's like an Einstein. He scored in the 18th percentile, which isn't even bad. Pretty average. It's a little below average, but like nothing too worrisome. Probably like I don't think a lot of quarterbacks score, like it's not that big a deal. It's not like if he would have scored an actual 18, yeah, that you wouldn't want to like fucking draft that person. The S2, the guy on McAfee says the S2 is a series of tests and you take all the score. Yeah, and it's like a super score out of like a certain number. If he would have only gotten an 18 on that, that would have been tremendously bad. Like that would have been totally worth like worrying about. And that's what the media is saying he like got. Like, no, he scored in the 18th percentile. Not great. You want to probably score more up in like the 80s or 90th percentiles of something, because that means you're scoring so high on it that like only that you're scoring higher than 97% of people who have also taken that test. I think that's how that works. He scored only 18% higher than than other people who've taken the test, or something like that. That's kind of how that works, right? And how percentile grading works. Like if you score in the 99 percentile, that means you scored higher than 99% of everyone who took that test. It's better to be up in the hires, but like 18 isn't. It's not great, but it's like okay. This year I'd be upset, and I don't think it's I think it'd be a waste of their first rounds, and I don't think either team is like designed to draft. They don't. Neither team really need like. I don't think they draft anyone from this year. Not in the first round. Yeah, they tried to leak it and say, but it was like 18 percentile, not 18. Like, it's like that. Like that guy who's like, dude, I got a 70 on the ASFAB. It's like, no, you scored in the 70th percentile. You're a fucking dumbass. Maybe in like the second or third round if they're there, sure, I guess. The Patriots probably not, unless they're gonna run three quarterbacks. Lions maybe could take one if they fall. Like if they can get Anthony Richardson in like the second round or like the third round even, yeah, maybe take him. What do you got to lose? You have a good backup, you run Goff for another year, and then you see if that kid can do it. You know, fuck it. With the Patriots, I don't see the reason. They already got two quarterbacks, two young quarterbacks that probably won't both get hurt. No reason to draft a third new, bring in another new quarterback. It's just like one of them things where I'm trying to think of like what would be the good reason to bring in a third quarterback. You know, that's a lot of guys on the roster playing quarterback. Lions could cut their backup and just have a young rookie backup, you know, and no harm, no foul. Yeah, yeah, exactly. If those guys fall, we'll probably wind up trading back because someone will want our pick. Fucking Tampa Bay will come screeching up the draft like a bunch of banshees. I'm like, there's a few teams like who I think like could make shock move ups in the draft. Um, I say you should probably look out for the Steelers, the Chargers, and I keep thinking the Chiefs. Like like those three teams. Like in my head, I'm like they're gonna make one of those teams are gonna make a super aggressive move to go get somebody, and I'm not sure who it is. No, 19 isn't at all. That's a pretty good spot to trade back. Pick 9 is about where the pick value drops. So I'd say pick 8 or pick 9 up to that point is one of the most valuable picks in the first round. Mainly just because I think that's about where the top where you can kind of after pick 9. I don't think anyone's reaching. Jake Fromm, yeah, that was a stupid pickup. Jake Fromm from State Farm. But I do feel like a team's going to make a shock pick. I think it's going to be the Chargers. I think they're going to use their Austin Eckler trade bait and move aggressively up the board. Look out for Austin Eckler to the Eagles, and the Chargers take the 9 or 10 spot. Ooh. And the Eagles move back to 19 or wherever the fuck the Chargers are. Blah, blah, blah. But that's actually what I think will happen. Some teams are like the Falcons. They already really like Bijan, and you get offered all of a sudden a swap with the first and maybe like a second round pick on top of Austin Eckler. I don't know if the Chargers. I don't know if you're the Falcons. Do you turn that down? The woo. That's my ghost noise. There's always a second random third that makes it in the first round. Yeah, last year the Patriots grabbed Cole Strange. Patriots need a real QB. The QBs in this draft. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Exactly. My favorite thing about the AFC is that everyone's like the Patriots are going to finish last. Yeah, every team's going to win 10 games in that division. So what? If we win 11 games and miss the playoffs, does that mean we're a bad team? No. Everyone always tells me the 2008 Patriots missing the playoffs with 11 wins didn't mean that they're a bad team. So that means the 2023 Patriots, if we miss the playoffs with 10 or 11 wins, we're not a bad team either. Some team possibility the Bills and moves. Yeah, somebody's going to get Bijan. But I just feel like the Falcons might try to make a weird move, or like the Chargers will. They're going to try to get into the top 10. I'm not sure what the fuck they want, but they want something. And I can't quite I think they want one of these receivers. I'll be honest with you. Like I think they're fine with waiting for Quentin Johnston to just kind of fall to them naturally, but I don't think they want to risk that. I think they want to trade up and go get Jackson Smith and Jigba, but I could be wrong. I think you should keep your eye out for them. They could trade Austin Eckler and move up that draft board with the Falcons real quick. That's what I mean, and they probably really like one of these two little receivers because they've already got 3 big ass body boys anyway. They could probably use a little slot guy like a Jackson Smith or a fucking Zay Flowers. Not that they're little, it's just, you know, more slot receivery. Lions, I don't know. I'd put them at 11. Kind of depends on how everything plays. Is Caleb Williams going number 1 next year? Yeah. Unless Drake May passes him. Yeah, I agree with that, Mike. That's why I think the Chargers may try to trade up. I also wouldn't look at Baltimore. Don't got shit to offer. The Chargers have a really good trade piece in Eckler. And if the Falcons are already considering drafting Bijan Robinson really hard, why not go get Austin Eckler, the surefire thing? You know how good of a go give your young quarterback a super veteran fucking in the backfield? Okay. Dude, I wouldn't care. I'd be happy if we took fucking. I really hope we get Austin Eckler. That'd be some fucking bullshit. I'd be so mad if the Packers like lose 16, 17 games this year and they get Caleb Williams. Dude, I'd literally be so pissed. I'd be like, is this real? How the fuck does this keep happening? Yeah, literally, I do. I'm stunned we haven't traded for that guy. I'm like, that's James White's replacement. Please go get him. Please, God, please give me Austin Eckler. I'll put the Patriots as division winners if we get Austin Eckler. I'm not even gonna play around. We're unstoppable on offense. Yeah, I'm a bigger Patriots fan. Nah, Kenny, you guys can't be getting another future Hall of Famer at. Yeah. Well, yeah, multiple Patriots jerseys, a Patriots banner with our 6 Super Bowls on it. No, I just like the Patriots. They're the second sports team I knew existed. And that I consciously rooted for. So, you know, if the Lions were maybe good in playing playoff football, because when I was a kid, I only watched playoffs of sports, especially football. I found it boring when I was young. I was like, oh, this sucks. And then after I watched the game of it, I actually sat there and watched it. I was like, oh, never mind. This is pretty sweet. I like the Patriots. Yeah, you know, when you have Matt Patricia as the coordinator, you know, shit goes kind of wonky. I don't think Jordan Love will be good. I think the Packers are going to be like they were in the 80s for the 20s. Maybe. Depends. But they're going to get a top pick next year if Jordan Love sucks. And there are 3 very good quarterbacks in next year's draft. So that ensures that they get one. So if they get Drake May or Caleb Williams, that's fucking GG for, like, they have another good quarterback. But they have to compete with the Rams and Tampa next year, I think, to get him. And the Texans too. Those are gonna. Jordan Love could be good, so I'm not really too certain as to how that's gonna go. He showed signs of being bad. He showed signs of being good. So he's had plenty of time to sit and learn the game. So he doesn't. I don't think he should get that big of a leash either. It's gonna be pretty. You can make some pretty snappy judgments on this guy. It's like, what? You didn't have any time to prepare, Jordan? You've been in the league for fucking ever, man. No, they should be able to compete, honestly. All right, have a good one, HRY. Thanks for stopping back in. I'm probably going to get out of here in like 20 minutes or so anyway. With your new quarterback, Kenny? Possibly. Trying to think of some other fun stuff to talk about the draft coming. Max Duggan to the Packers? I don't think so. Why would you want Max Duggan? Do you think Aaron Rodgers went around the clubhouse and asked everybody in New York if they believe 9/11 was real? Like he does in Green Bay? Yeah, Mike, yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering how the UDFAs are going to be fun this year. There's quite a few like good under the radar guys that are going to come into the league. You don't think he did that today? You don't think so? If he didn't do it, he doesn't have any balls. I'll be honest. I'd have looked right at that one tower and been like, "You really think that that's how that went down?" What are they going to do? Not let him play quarterback for the Jets? He could go fucking crazy in that city. The new cut him. All right, you still owe him all that guaranteed money you just gave him. Oh yeah, he probably talked about words and spells and magicianry and shit. I just love thinking about the fact that he used to ask his teammates about 9/11 conspiracies. It's a hilarious thing to ask your teammates. But boy, oh boy, could you imagine if he asked like the wrong guy and he's like, "Dude, one of my uncles died in that." You know, fucking how weird that relationship would be the rest of the time that they were on the same team. He's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was fake. Or wasn't what the government said." "Yeah, I don't like talking about that." He's like, "Why? You feel uncomfortable?" "Nah, one of my parents died in 9/11, man." Like, oh, fuck. It'd be really awkward. Like, oh, fucking. Yeah, but they were just chill. I don't know. I'm glad that motherfucker's out. Oh, wait, now he's in my division now. I was just about to say, I'm glad he's out of the NFC, or the NFC North. Never to bother me again, but I'm like, wait a minute. This fucking cocksucker plays my division. Now I have to deal with him twice still. All right, stream's pretty much dying out. It says there's 3 people in here. I don't know how true that is. Seems pretty true, though. That's quite all right. We'll get out of here then. Seems like the stream's at a natural end. Appreciate everyone who came out. Kind of figured the attendance was going to be pretty bad tonight. A bunch of NBA games going on and shit, and yada, yada, yada. Or there was. I think a bunch of them ended soon. Oh well. Pretty decent stream. You might do your own mock. Nice, man. Well, all right, everybody. I'll see you around. Thanks for tuning in to the people who tuned in. Thanks to the people who left likes and everything. Help the stream out if you still haven't. Maybe consider doing so. What's up, Mike? Crazy how everybody just like leaves. Just like left at the exact same time. And no one said anything. They're just like, all right, well, I'm going to quietly leave. Say the front 7 is better than the Chargers. Yeah, I don't. Chubb and Phillips versus Mack and Bosa. Yeah, I'll take Mack and Bosa every day of the week. It's a weird statement for them to make. It's like, wait, what? You guys are better than Mack and Bosa? You guys, it's like just stick with your offense being super powered, you fucking weirdos. Your defense is bones. You have good corners. Like, I don't know why you'd say you have a better front 7. It's like they literally 2 guys clears your entire front 7. Well, Phillips is really good. Yeah, maybe. He could fall off. He's not established. This is his fucking 2nd year coming up. Could have been a rookie fluke year. So we'll see. I don't know. I definitely would go Miami or Chargers in terms of a better front. It's just like, well, I don't know. Mac and Bosa are probably better than most of the guys they got on their roster. Is either one of those two guys a better corner or fucking? Does anyone on their defense clear Bosa or Mac? Not in that front seven. There we go. That's the easiest way to shut that down. It's like, really? Who on your defense in your front seven is better than Khalil Mack? All right, nobody. All right, what about Joey Bosa? Yeah, that's how that conversation should go. They shouldn't have an answer to that question. Unless they're being delusional as fuck and they go, Jalen Phillips. Not yet. Could be. He could be. But I still think he's got a little bit to prove. All right, though. Thank you, guys. Fun stream. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow night for the for the draft. We should be live right away for it. So hopefully I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you when I see you next. No, we'll see you. Hopefully it's a good time, everybody. Thanks for a fun pre-draft stream. We pretty much beat every topic to death. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. Obligatory. All right, everyone. Thanks a ton. Appreciate you. If you haven't already left a like, which I'm pretty sure everyone at this point's already done that. This might be for people who for some reason listen down the road. All right. Peace out, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Look out tomorrow. Whatever. It doesn't matter. All right. Peace out, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.